Welcome back again to my LeetCode journey, and this is Rishikesh explaining you some LeetCode problems. And in this question, this time we are starting with a solution itself. It's a brute force solution of question number 13, LeetCode question 13, Roman to integer. What this question says is basically the Roman numbers are represented by seven different symbols: I, V, X, L, C, D, and M, and each symbol has its value given over here. And for example, 2 is written as II in Roman numeral, just two ones, and added together is 12. I'm sorry. 12 is written as XII, which is simply X plus II. The number 27 is written as XXVII, which is XX plus V plus II. These are just the explanations. You can refer things in exact explanation. Let's see this one. S is given as MCMXCIV. M stands for 1000, C 900, XC is 90, and IV is 4. And if we add all these things, we will get 1994. So in this question, this is the approach I used to solve this question. This is my brute force approach, which I used to solve this for the first time. It is in Java, but we will convert it into C++ after this. I have already written this code as it was a little long. What we are doing here is we have a result 0 and int I, simple int I to get into the while loop. And in a while loop, we are testing if I is less than s dot length. What is s? S is the string that will be given by the question. So while I is less than s dot length, if I plus 1 is less than s dot length and s dot caret I is equal to I, then I plus 1 is equal to V, and then rest plus 4 I plus 2. What we are doing, what I have done here is I have for every condition over here I have used separate conditions, like for if I and V we have plus 4 then plus 2. If I and X we have plus 9, and for I is plus 2. Why we are doing I plus 2? Cause these are the two, I mean to say is caret I is, what I wanted to say is I plus V. I mean, then there are two. In some cases, you may found if it is just V, then it's 5, and if it's I V, then it's 4. So in the two, what I could say is when we use two letters to represent a number, then we use for those conditions. These are for every condition we have separate. If conditions again, and at last if I for the single letters we have again and again. So this is a quite okay approach. If we also get this solved, let's see. And yeah, it gets solved, and I got the second place of third million 3 millisecond. It is okay, but this is not the optimized approach. So let's see the optimized approach of this question. Okay, so let's start it. What we are going to do here is store it in unordered map of character and int, and we will name it MP. MP is basically map unordered map of character and int. Character will be the value assigning. Character will be the value storing of int. We will check it out. Now what we are going to do is by before itself, I will assign every character its value. Like you can see, what else? V is equal to 5, and P X is equal to 10. Let's just copy it in some segments. Control C, Control V. One more time V. Control C. Okay, X, then it's L, C, D. Okay, now 10, ego comes 50, it comes 100, it comes 500, and last one is M, which stands for 1000. Okay, see, so what we did is for every instance, so let's come back to this. For every symbol, we have stored the basic value, what it stores. So now for the next step, what we are doing to do is we will have a int answer, and this initialized as 0, then a for loop, int I is equal to 0, I should be less than s dot length I plus plus. If I is less than s dot length minus 1 and mpf s of I is less than mp of s of I plus 1, then answer minus is equal to mp of s of I. Okay, then else answer plus is equal to mp of s of I, and we should return the answer at last. I think we are missing some of the brackets. Let's see. No, no, it's okay, it's okay. Return answer. What we are doing over here is if I is less than s dot length, which means it is not the second last character, and say it is codes for and both conditions are true, then the condition will execute. And mp of s of I, mp of s is what? S is string. S of I basically means we are iterating through the string, taking each letter, then we are checking over here. If it is less than I plus 1, mp of s of I plus 1, then answer, then we will subtract it from the answer, or else if it is not less, then we will add it to the answer, and finally it will have the answer as completed. So this is the optimized approach. Let's see if it is submitted. See, here we got our code as submitted, and it takes some space, but time complexity is better. First, we store the value of every normal numeral in a hash map. Then we traverse the string. If the current symbol is smaller than the next symbol, we subtract it. Otherwise, we add it. Finally, we return the answer. This was simple. Time complexity is O of n. Fixed complexity is O of 1 because Roman numeral map always contains only 7 entries. Okay, that's how we solve lead code problem 13, Roman to integer. Then keys takeaway is to we should know when to add or when to subtract from a question. Okay, thank you. That was it. Hope you like it. Okay, thank you. Tada.